Hi, welcome to Copenhagen. Thanks for dropping in. If you're watching on replay, thank you. So we are just back yesterday from a 10-day trip around mainland Denmark. We live in Copenhagen, which is the capital city of Denmark, but we are on an island called Zealand. So we decided to head over to the mainland, take a break from diamond painting, and visit some places. One of the places we visited was Odense, which is actually on another island before you get to mainland Denmark, called Fyn. And we visited the birthplace and the home that Hans Christian Andersen grew up in as a kid. So that was pretty cool. We see the Hans Christian Andersen statue in Copenhagen. He is buried in Copenhagen, but he wasn't born here. So he was born on Fyn. So we visited his childhood home, and we saw the room that he lived in, which was very small. And we also went to the Hans Christian Andersen Museum, where we saw Hans Christian Andersen's pen and his walking stick and various bits and pieces. Learned a bit more about him. It was really cool. So we visited a few different places over the 10 days. We stayed in, I think, 4 different hotels. We went up to the very north tip of Denmark to a place called Skagen, where the North Sea meets the Baltic Sea. And that was pretty cool, really unusual. They do trips out onto the sand where it goes out to a tip. And on the left-hand side, you have the North Sea, which is very rough, which I can vouch for, coming from Scotland, and I used to fish from the shore. The North Sea can be very, very rough. And on the right-hand side, we had the Baltic Sea, which had very, very small waves. And at that tip, both seas meet, and it's really weird to watch. You've got the really aggressive North Sea hitting the really calm Baltic Sea. Really unusual. So back to diamond painting, 10 days off. To be honest, I didn't miss it. I thought I would, but I didn't really, because we were doing so many different things and seeing a lot of new stuff that we'd never seen before. And it was nice just to get a break. But it's also nice to get back and get diamond painting again. So I'm working on Roaring Tiger from Home Craftology. I am over halfway, but I still think it's going to take, try to guess how many sections I've got to go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I think about 16 sections to go, so probably another 2 to 3 weeks. Maybe a bit less, because I don't go back to work until Monday, so I might get a chunk of this done. I'm not sure. Hi, Greenie Bees. I'm good, thanks. Just back from visiting mainland Denmark. having 10 days off. So, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty warm. Just now, in here it is 25.6 degrees Celsius, and outside is 28.8. So we're having a bit of a heat wave in Denmark. I think it's meant to get warmer over the weekend, so it's going to be hot, hot, hot. For us anyway. I know some places like Vegas, this would be, they'd be walking about in scarves, the people that are used to Vegas, but for Denmark, it's very warm. And my wife and I are planning to do a canal trip around Copenhagen this weekend. We haven't quite figured out which day, but it will be early in the morning, well, early-ish. They don't start the tours until 10 o'clock. But we're planning to go on the very first boat, so it isn't too hot when we do the trip, because we're out there for an hour, and we're planning to live stream it on YouTube to let people see Copenhagen from the canals and learn a little bit about the city from the tour guide on the boat. We have speakers beside every seat, so it means that basically I just get to sit and relax and let the tour guide do the work. But it does depend which tour guide you get. Some are more knowledgeable than others. And I've found that out because I think so far I've done 8 canal trips. I used to live stream them on an app called Periscope, which no longer exists. So this will be my first one on YouTube. So hopefully we get a good guide. If not, I can always add in bits and pieces as we go. So I found that even though primarily I talk about diamond painting, quite a few people seem to be interested in learning a bit about Copenhagen and seeing it. So I've started to do live streams in Copenhagen. Initially, it was 2 places where I took pictures and got them converted into diamond paintings. But more people are getting in touch and saying they're enjoying just seeing Copenhagen, learning a bit about Denmark. So I think I'm going to start adding things in, not necessarily about diamond painting, but if people are interested, I'll do it. So I always ask people to comment when I do the Copenhagen lives, just to make sure that there are people that want to see that sort of thing. I think it makes a little break. Yeah, she does. She's working on. What's she working on? She's actually working on dinner at the moment. But yeah, we came back yesterday. Kind of tired by the time we got back, so we've been diamond painting today. She is working on. I can't remember. It's a diamond art club. I know that. I can't remember which one. So yeah, she's still diamond paints. She's building up a little stash. Hi, Lisa. Okay, no problem. I'll tell Tammy you said hi. As I said, she's in the kitchen making dinner. We've been lazy for the past 10 days, basically eating out every day, which was fun. But yeah, today she decided she was going to cook. And I think she is cooking actually because it is very warm today. And in Denmark, we don't have air conditioning because it isn't warm that much. So she is cooking as she's cooking. Cross stitch. Yeah, it's a long time since I did cross stitch. But I don't think I'll ever go back. I think I've become lazy. Diamond painting is just so much tidier, easier, less hassle. It's easy to just stop and start. You don't have to split threads and feed threads through the back and all that stuff. All you have to do is put the square in the square, or the circle in the circle, and that's it. But I did enjoy cross stitch. I like to do that. But I've got so many diamond paintings now that I haven't done yet, and a lot of them that I really want to do. The problem that I've got is deciding what I'm doing next. I'm not sure what I'm doing next, but as I said, this is going to take, I think, at least a couple of weeks. Depends how much time I can put in between now and Monday before I go back to work. But I do tend to get up about 5 o'clock in the morning, so I can get quite a few hours in before anybody wakes up. And as you can see, a lot of it is just checkerboard, which goes pretty fast, even with tweezers. There is the next strip that I'm going to do, there's quite a lot of confetti in it, but as I get nearer the edge of the picture, it goes back to a white background. Yeah, I'm doing okay, Lisa, thanks. I haven't had any accidents at work, and I haven't been to the hospital recently, so yeah, things are going good. It was nice to get a break and go across to Jutland and see things that I've never seen before. So you can expect some pictures. I've already started, but you can expect more things on Instagram. It takes a bit of time to put these things together. Hi, Vicky. Craftably chroma flower. Okay, cool. Flower. I really like working on flowers and diamond painting. Just they're colourful, and I like colourful stuff. I actually just ordered some a new one. Well, not. I'm not saying it's a new one, but a new one for me yesterday, and it's flowers. Balloon 90. Yeah, okay. So if you got the scarf and gloves on, Lisa. I'm sitting here. I don't know if you can hear it, but I've got a fan on in the background, just circulating the warm air. Well, it's better than nothing. We don't have air conditioning. Our air conditioning is basically regulated by the window. If it's closed, it's off. If it's open a bit, it's on. And if it's open fully, it's at maximum. That's pretty much how it works over here. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, the shipping costs it is expensive. Some places, though, you'll get free shipping. But yeah, it definitely is a big factor. I mean, you could buy a diamond painting for the shipping cost, which I'm sure puts people off. But to go and pick things up yourself would be even more expensive, so it's just one of these things. If you really, really want the picture, you save up and pay for it. So I've still got quite a few things to unbox and unbag because I took that break. Quite a little pile of things. I ordered more than a diamond painting on Amazon. I've got some other bits and pieces that caught my attention, so even more videos to come. Okay, that's good. I was going to ask Lisa, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if you wanted to talk. No, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Tammy was at the doctor today, actually. She's been suffering from high blood pressure, and they reckon it's hereditary. Her dad has high blood pressure, so she went for a checkup, and they told her that everything's fine. All her bloods are good, everything's good. So she was quite pleased to hear that. I mean, she does take medication, but the medication's working, and that's the main thing. These new drills from Home Craftology are just the best that I've had square wise for actual fit. I mean, I've got the light pad on, and there's no gaps, and they're not popping. That's like I always feel like when I play stuff. Now and again, you get one that's not quite right, but if you press it down, it's just moving drills slightly, but they're not that tight that they push up. They're really, really good. Last blood pressure was high. Yeah. As I said, Tammy's on medication for it, but they reckon it's hereditary, so it's not really anything to do with or diet or lifestyle or anything like that. It's just they said that it's one of these things. You could try various things, change your diet and do different stuff, but they said, given like her dad's history, they don't think it would make any difference. And they said that even if it did, you would have to be very, very strict for the rest of your life type thing. So, because she was wondering if she changed her diet and did things differently, would it reduce the blood pressure? And they said it might. There's a slim chance, but you would have to be really strict forever. But they think that it's just how it is, and it's unlikely that it's going to change. So she gets checked. I can't remember, every 6 months. But they said everything is perfect, so no problems, which is good. Okay, new colour. 50 colours in this one, believe it or not. It's a kind of weird one, this, because when I started it, it was basically all this, just one colour. There's actually two colours in here, but they're very, very close. So the first sections were basically just massive checkerboard. And then suddenly I reached the tiger, and then it was massive confetti. Just went from one to the other. So I'm at the bottom of the tiger here. I think this is the bottom of a leg. If I move the cover back a bit, you can see there's quite a bit of confetti just in this little bit. But when you're on the main tiger, like its head and its body, a lot of confetti. But it's looking good. I'm liking it. Confetti really doesn't bother me. The way I looked at it is you've got a set number of squares, and they'll have to have a drill in them. And I just sit and work on it. I don't care if they're all different colours or all the same colour. I know that some people hate doing the blocking, and some people hate doing confetti. I just see it as a drill. Whether it's all white, black, whatever, I don't care. If I change my drills every 3 drills, I don't care. I just enjoy diamond painting, simple as that. Saying that's not the right colour. And then we'll put 33, it's actually 32. Yeah. So quite a nice blue this time. So I've actually got another diamond painting, not the Amazon one, on its way. But yeah, I should actually get it before this is finished, so that might be the next one. Or I might decide to do some small ones for a change. It's quite nice to get a break from the big ones. We'll see. Oops. I find colour blocking tedious. I notice any gapping more in those areas. Do you use a pen, Vicky? Or do you use tweezers? Or do you use multiplacers? I mean, the thing is, if the squares don't fit the square, you're always going to get gaps. It doesn't matter how much you push things around. You're never, if the square isn't big enough to fit the square, you're wasting your time trying to shuffle things about to hide the gaps. It just doesn't work. But I mean, I've had some where the squares are pretty bad. There's gaps everywhere. But when you switch the light pad off and step back and put it up in the wall, you don't see them. So I don't lose any sleep over it. But as I said, these are the best fitting squares that I've ever done so far. I have never used a multiplacer. I used to use a pen all the time. I used tweezers just to pick up drills that I had accidentally dropped or drills that I'd put in the wrong place. But I got a diamond painting from Diamond Dots, and it had a lot of ABs in it. And I've always used tweezers to place the ABs. And I did it so much that I just got used to using the tweezers. And now I use the tweezers to do square. At one time, I was doing square and round with tweezers, but I found, depending on the company, sometimes the rounds are just a bit too slippery. The edges aren't really high enough to grip easily with the tweezers, and they tend to pop. So now, if it's rounds, I'll use a pen, and if it's square, I'll use tweezers. I mean, I think the secret with tweezers is learning how much to press them. If you squeeze them too hard, they just fly away. But if you just get used to the pressure, you can pick them up, hold them, talk. I don't really have any problems. And I find it easier to be accurate using the tweezers, because what I do is, like this one I'm placing, all I'm looking at is that bottom left-hand corner. And I put the corner of the drill at the corner of the square, and that's it. I don't move it. I don't move any of them. I put them in the left hand. These probably aren't the best ones to show because they are so uniform, but most are a little bit, there's a gap. I did a comparison video between these new Home Craftology drills and the new Diamond Art Club drills, and it was really obvious. I did Batman from Diamond Art Club. Really, really like that diamond painting. But if you put light under it and look at it, there are a lot of gaps. But again, if you step away, switch the light pad off, you don't see them. So I don't think about it. I just put the bottom left-hand corner of the square in the bottom left-hand corner of the square and leave it, even if I can see gaps. I don't think about it. But as far as multiplacers, I've just never been interested in using them. I like to single place. I've said it loads of times. Normally I listen to music while I'm doing this. Obviously I can't do that on YouTube because I'm not allowed to. But normally I sit with headphones on and I just play music while I diamond paint. And if I single place, it takes me longer. So I get more money for like my buck, or not more money, more time for my buck. So like this one, there are quite a few areas that are like this, that if I used a multiplacer and practiced it, I could do that really quickly. But I'm just not interested in doing it, so I don't. But everybody's different. I mean, I know a lot of people use multiplacers, a lot of people don't. A lot of people prefer squares, a lot of people prefer rounds. I mean, it's just, everybody's different. And the thing that you have to remember is it's a hobby. It should be an enjoyable thing. So if you enjoy multiplacing or single placing, or if you enjoy squares or you enjoy rounds, just do what suits you. The thing is, it's if you're doing a diamond painting and you're getting frustrated, or you're frustrated, angry, stressed, whatever, then it isn't a hobby. I don't think. I mean, why do a hobby that gets you stressed? And I know that a lot of people don't do squares because it stresses them, because they're looking at those gaps and they're thinking, look at the gaps. That can't be right. But if you look at round drills, there's gaps everywhere. And they're bigger than the gaps you'll get with squares. The difference is the gaps with the rounds are even. The gaps with the squares aren't. And that's what frustrates people. But the bottom line is you won't see them. So it doesn't matter. It's like being a painter. That's the way I think of it. It's like being a painter and seeing brush strokes, like doing oil painting and seeing a brush stroke and thinking that's uneven. From a distance, nobody notices it. So to me, it's a bit like that. Yeah, I think practice does make perfect. Practice definitely makes you quicker. I've sort of lost track of how long I've been doing squares with tweezers. It's been quite a while now, but I don't even think about it. It's just, for me, it's just the same as reaching over with a pen and picking up a drill and putting it down. The difference is I get a much better view of where I'm putting the drill. It's easier to manipulate that little poke. You can just push things around really easily with the tweezers. You can do it with the pen as well, but you can't see quite as well because the pen tip gets in the way. You don't have to worry about excess pink wax getting between your drills when you first fill up your pen. When you start putting drills down, you get that excess popping out. You don't have to think about that. You also don't have to refill your pen. You also don't have to worry about damaging the pen tip. But some people would prefer to hold a pen than hold tweezers. And again, it's just down to personal preference, I think. I think if you use a pen all the time, you'll get better at placing things. It just becomes natural to do it. Dependent on mood, we use multiplacers and huge colour blocked areas, single row confetti areas. I'm not sure what you mean, dependent on mood. I'm not sure what that means. But if you're in a good mood, I don't know. Can you explain that a bit? I mean, I've heard of people snapping multiplacers before, and I think they must be pressing really hard to do that. But I don't know. I don't know if multiplacers are just kind of brittle. Use micro dots, everlasting steel tips that are bent. Or the elbow type. So much easier. Yeah, I can understand that. The gooseneck or whatever they call them. I can understand that because your hand isn't like this. It's more back. So I think you would. Yeah, I get that. When I use a pen, I use the straight tips. I think it's just because that's what I'm used to. I don't really think about it. I used a normal, just standard pink pen for about 5 months, and then I wasn't having any problems with it. Okay, Lisa, have a good day. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, I never had any problems with the pink pens. But then I kept seeing these fancy pens and people talking about them, and I thought, okay, I'm going to get one. And that one turned into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not even sure. I think I've got maybe about 50 diamond painting pens, at a guess. I've got ones that are made of wood and then various types of wood. I've got the hybrid types that have got the acrylic and wood. I've got acrylic. I've got glass. My wife uses that one. I didn't like it, but I saw it and I thought that's different. A glass diamond painting pen. The neck on that was far too thin for me, but my wife really likes it. So it's her favourite pen to use. But with the pens, it's more the shape for me. I've got a certain style that I really like, and I don't know if I've got any. Just hang on. Yeah, I've got a couple. The style of diamond painting pen that I like is this, where it's got this bulb, and the way that I hold it is basically I put a finger either side and I set my thumb there, and that's it. I'm not squeezing it. When you have a pen that is the same diameter, like the pink pens, you're constantly holding it. It's the same diameter. This one, I just sit in my hand and put my thumb on it, and then I use it. I put the everlasting tip in this one. This is called Spalted Tamarind. I found that I really like wooden pens. They're very tactile. just feel good. They feel, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I mean, I've got acrylic pens as well, but with the same sort of style, but I prefer the wooden ones. And the different woods are different weights as well. And then because these are all, they were all handmade by the same person, and they vary. And I've got another one here that it's got the bulb, but it's a different shape. If I put them together, it's a smaller bulb, and it was just that I got one made and it had this sort of size, and I found it was just the most comfortable for me. So I actually got to the point that what I did was, it wasn't this pen, but I got one and I really liked using it, and I measured it. And then when I asked for another one, I asked if they could make it this size at this bit, which they did. So this is my favourite pen to use. I just like it. I like the wood. I like the pattern on it because it's spalted. It's got these black lines, which makes it's totally unique. And I like the weight of it as well. But I've got a lot of various pens and different thicknesses and different styles, and again, it's curiosity, and that's what gets me into all these things. It's because I think, I wonder what that's like. I wonder what that's like. Does that really work? And different things like that. So I end up buying all this stuff. Like this one. This is this is a light up diamond painting pen, but it has two colours of light. So you've got like the bright light, and then if you go to the back, it's got like a yellow light. So it's not as hard on your eyes. And I thought, that's interesting. So I got it. And then the other thing about it is, if I can get the end of it, it's a USB pen. So it charges by USB cable. So it doesn't have batteries. So I've got another light up pen that runs off two AAA batteries. But the big thing that got me interested in this pen is it comes with a magnifying glass. And when I saw that, I thought, I have never seen that before. And I thought, that is actually a really good idea. For people who have problems seeing the small print or seeing where they're placing the drills. And what it does is it clips onto the pen. So then you can turn it to wherever you want it. It also, the angle changes. So you can get it exactly where you want, so you can see. You can see it does magnify. The only thing about it is this is plastic. So if this gets scratched, it's scratched and that's it. You're never going to fix it. It's not glass. But I just thought it was a really clever idea. I know you get like magnifying glasses that you can wear, but the thing about them that I always think about is when you look up, you're looking through these magnified lenses, whereas when you're using this, you're just looking normally. You look through that and you see it magnified. When you look away, everything's normal. So I just thought it was a really clever idea, and I'm surprised nobody's doing it for the pink pens, because this diameter is obviously thicker than a pink pen. And when I did the unboxing of this, I tried to fit this magnifying glass onto a standard pink pen. It doesn't fit. The pink pen's too small. But somebody somewhere, I'm surprised, hasn't thought about making these things for pink pens, because I think there's definitely a market for them. But again, it's curiosity. It's just that's what I'm like. This one came with the elbow or the gooseneck, or whatever you want to call it, and it came with a small medium and large multiplacer, and I just think it's really cool. I like the colour as well, nice pastel green, and it takes standard diamond painting pen tips, so if it gets damaged it's easy enough to swap it out with a tip from another pink pen. And it also comes in a nice little tin case. So I kept the cover because I think it's going to be really easy for this lens to get scratched. So I make sure I put the cover back on it. But every time I see things that are different, I get them. Because I think it also comes in handy for people who see the unboxings and unbaggings. They see things and they think, is that any good? So I tend to buy them and try them. This one is another, if I can open it, another pen that caught my attention because it has these angled multiplacers, which I don't use, but I still thought that's quite interesting because, again, it means you're not holding your hand over the multiplacer. And I found out they're actually made of metal. I really thought they were going to be plastic. So when you've got your multiplacer in, you're holding it, your hand is, if I do it that way, your hand is away from the multiplacer. You're not holding it straight up and down. You're holding it at an angle, which I thought was a nice idea. The fact they're made of steel, it's pretty cool. I really thought they were just chromed plastic. It comes with various tips. So it's double-ended as well. So this is what comes with it. There's a hole on either end. And this big one, I thought was a huge multiplacer. It's actually a straightener. It's just the metal edge. So you can use that if you're trying to get your drills straight. You can use this to help that. So that's the straightener. And then we've got 3 different sizes of multiplacer. Then we've got the gooseneck tip, and we've got the standard tip. And it came with little washers that go around. I'll take one out. You see there's a sort of recess here. These little washers go in there, but I never noticed them when I was doing the unboxing, and I was just pushing them in, and they fit. So I mean, they're tight, so they come out easily, but they don't fall out. So I don't know if you actually need to use the washers. I suppose you could just put them on anyway, just to be safe. But quite a thin pen. I mean, if you compare this to the one that I like to use, there's a huge difference. I can't hold this really the way that I hold this one. It doesn't feel the same. But still feels okay. It's variable, so there's a waist on it, so you can move your hand back and forward to get away from holding the same diameter all the time, which I think helps. Nice colour. I like the blue. And again, it comes in a nice little case, so you don't lose all the bits and pieces. Everything's in the box, so I like that. That was Home Craftology I bought this from. This is what I like about doing lives. I'm never sure exactly what I'm going to be talking about. But if people ask questions, I was going to use a pen. It doesn't even have wax in it. That's my favourite pen. Back to tweezing. You finish your painting. Yeah, you can't send, as far as I know, you can't send it here, but you could email it to me if you want, or you could send it. No, maybe not. Email would actually probably be the easiest way. Just send it to diamondpaintinggym@gmail. It's up there. diamondpaintinggym@gmail.com. I'm always interested to see what people are working on or what they've just finished. So do you have your next project lined up? Yeah, but do you know which one you're doing next? I always have plans. I think, right, okay, I'm going to finish. Oh, you're on YouTube? I'm on YouTube. You mean you've got your own YouTube channel? No. Yeah, okay, you mean you're on YouTube watching this? Yeah, that's the only place it's going out. So, no, it's just that you should be able to see my email address at the bottom of the screen. So if you want to send an email and attach a picture, feel free at some point. Or you mean no, you haven't chose? Yeah. No, I just meant that after you've watched or whatever, or you can see the email address there if you want to send an email at some point. What style of pictures do you prefer? Do you have a particular like style, or do you like landscapes, or I don't know, flowers, or I try and mix them up, but I tend to go for brightly coloured diamond paintings. This one isn't the brightest. I mean, it's got 50 colours, but a lot of the background is white. And where do you, have you got anywhere that you prefer to buy your diamond paintings from? Two customs. How did the customs turn out? Was it customs with people in them? Because I think they're the hardest ones to get right. I see so many customs of people that the skin tones are just wrong, or the clothes tones are wrong. I think it's hard to find a company that does it really well. The customs that I've had done don't have people in them, and I changed them. I used an art package and changed them, like the Hans Christian Andersen statue. So that became 90 colours and just confetti, the whole thing. But I like it. I just like the style. Didn't put me off it. So I think I'm done with that. Water scenes. Okay, cool. I don't know if I've got any water scenes. I must have, I would think. I've got koi fish. Don't know if that counts. And the custom that I did of Newhown as a water scene, I suppose. It was a picture I took of the harbour when the sea was frozen in Copenhagen a few years ago. That's quite cool. I sort of tweaked that a bit as well to look like an oil painting. I wanted it to look kind of old. I like that one as well. I like them all. I haven't. Oh no, I have. I was going to say I haven't done a diamond painting that I didn't like, but I did. I did a mystery one time, and I don't like it. But apart from that one, because I didn't choose it, it's just one of these things. I mean, when you're doing a mystery, you might get something that you just don't like, and that's what happened to me. So now I don't do mysteries anymore. It was a novelty idea. And it's all of that as well. Wouldn't ever do a mystery. Yeah, it's okay. Thanks. I'll have a look. Teacup 3. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to crop the picture and save it so that I don't include any text. So this is Green AB's cross stitch. How long did that take? Out of curiosity. As I said, I used to do cross stitch, but it's been a long time. I don't think I'll ever go back to it. I've got so many diamond paintings, and a lot of them that I really want to do, but finding the time is the problem. $47. 4 days, yeah. See, if that had been a diamond painting, you could probably do that in a day. But again, it's nothing to do with it's not a race, not a competition. But I just, yeah, when I think about cross-stitch, I think about how long it takes to just get everything set up and actually do it, and then change threads and make sure that you fed through the back so it doesn't unravel. It's a lot of work. Still appreciate them. I mean, appreciate the work that goes into them. It's the same with diamond painting, though. I mean, the big diamond paintings take a long time, and all you're doing is putting little bits of plastic in an area. But cross stitch, I think, requires more patience and more skill to actually get those little X's exactly right. But you don't get the sparkle. Okay, percent 33. Oh, it's not in there. It's in there. Hi Nancy, thanks for dropping in. Just working on Roaring Tiger from Home Craftology. Still got, I'm guessing, about another 2 weeks to go before it's finished. Things are pretty good. Just back from that little jaunt to mainland Denmark. So saw a lot of things that I've never seen before. Just ordered from them. Okay, cool. Which one? I'm actually waiting on one coming from them. I'm waiting on one from Amazon as well. I was going to do something there. What was it? Oh yeah, I was going to show you the Roaring Tiger, like what this will be when it's finished. Just need to find Gem's Flow, which is here somewhere. Oh, see. So this is what it's going to be. I'm trying to think. The bit that I'm doing at the moment is the bottom. Yeah, the bottom of the bottom of that leg, the front leg, the wide one. No, it's not. It's the bottom of the other leg. It's the bottom of the leg that's bent. So I'm basically, I started at this side and I'm working across. So this side and I'm working across. So I've done sort of half of the tiger's face. So it's just this area. So it's mostly blue and white. Compared to who? That's the thing. And I don't know. This is something that I've been thinking about doing a video about prices. There's certain companies that people keep saying they're too expensive, and I did start comparing things and found out that a certain company that people keep saying are too expensive actually aren't when you consider the size of the canvases. So that's the thing. Home Craftology have got some kind of deal going on at the moment, something like 30% off. I can't remember. You'd need to go and look. They do buy one, get one free. They do free shipping over so many dollars, and there's always deals. It's like Diamond Art Club. But, I mean, I don't think Diamond Art Club, anybody ever pays the full price. I mean, they've got a constant 15% off. And then you get other things where they do little deals and stuff. So it's just a matter of watching them. Whereas when you go for the budget sites, but there again, they are very cheap. No, that isn't true. I was going to say they don't do deals, but they do actually. Even the budget sites will do deals, where they'll do bundles for a certain price. They'll do special prices. They suddenly reduce prices to like under $5 for a diamond painting. They actually have sections that you can go to under $5, and yeah. So they all do deals of some kind, but it really depends what you're looking for, what size you want. I mean, not everybody wants a massive diamond painting because they've got nowhere to put it, or they don't want a massive diamond painting because it takes months to complete. Not everybody has hours and hours and hours to spend diamond painting every day. Got a full-time job, got kids, got other things, can only maybe do 2 or 3 hours a week even. Getting a really big diamond painting is going to take you a long time. And I think sometimes it can get a bit much that you think, I'm never going to get this finished, and you lose motivation. Whereas if you get a nice small one, you can complete it quite quickly. But again, it just depends. And I like to look for pictures that are just different. I don't have anything that looks like this one. It's basically a tiger in watercolor sort of idea, rather than just a tiger. I tend to steer away from like actual pictures of things. I prefer it if they're, I don't know, more artistic. I like things with bright colours. This one's a bit, not a lot of colours, 50 colours in it, but not the brightest diamond painting I've done. But I think because it's got the sort of plain white background, and then you get the orange and black. There actually isn't that much black in this one, but the orange and black of the tiger, it makes it really stand out. And it's like I did one of a guitar that was all multicoloured and different shapes and things on it, and the background was just black. And I know these like huge areas of one coloured background put a lot of people off, but I think if you think about the actual picture, when you've got a solid colour in the background, it really pushes the picture out. I think it really makes it pop, especially that black one with the guitar. That turned out really, really nice. And that had a lot of gaps in it. Like with the light pad on it, I had a lot of gaps. But on the wall, I've had it in the background in the videos a while back. It looks really cool. So again, it's just people have got different things they like. I've got 3 Diamond Art Clubs sitting here still to get unboxed. One of them is my wife's. 2 of them are mine. Well, actually, one of them is one that we're going to work on together at the same time because it's so long. It reaches across both tables. That is going to be really cool. So I've still got that to unbox. I've got the one that she got to unbox, and one that came up, and it's not a new one. It's just I had never seen it before. I think it just came back in stock or something. And as soon as I saw it, I thought, I really like that. I've never seen it. But it wasn't a new release. I think it was an old one that came back or something. I don't know. But a lot of confetti in that one, I think. But I really, again, it's always the image. It's just, if I like the picture, I don't really think about what company it's from or anything. Okay, I might get it from one company and I have more gaps in it than another company, but the other company doesn't do it. So either I just don't get it or I get it. And I always get them. The ones that I like, I just always buy them. Because I've had some from Wish, or one in particular from Wish, that was an absolute nightmare. It was covered in air bubbles. Took me ages to cut them, and the print was terrible. I had to read and reread and reread and guess what the symbols were meant to be. But I persevered because I thought, okay, this is really bad, but if I put effort into it, how good or bad is it going to be in the end? Because, I mean, once it's finished, that's it. You see it forever. And it actually turned out okay. So I always think that Wish one actually looked okay. And if that looked okay, I'm not going to worry about anything else. It's just the image. That's all I go by. I flick through different sites, different companies. I look for companies that I've never tried before as well. I do that a lot. And I think, I've never bought anything for this company. I'm going to get one. I'm going to do a review and people can see it. Because you know what it's like. You're looking at things and you're thinking, yeah, okay, the picture looks okay, but what is the kit like? And what are the drills like? And you only find that out if you buy it, which most people aren't going to do. You're not just going to go and buy things from companies that you don't know if they're any good. So you look for YouTube reviews. So that's what I do. I buy stuff and I review them. So people get an idea of what to expect from a certain company. After saying that, if you buy from budget companies, unless you buy exactly the same kit that you saw being reviewed, you might find it's different. Because I've got stuff from the budget companies and the same company, but different kits that I get have got different setups. They've got different packaging for the drills. The canvases are different. The tweezers are different. The stuff that you get in your toolkit is different. Because what they do is they just buy it from different suppliers. So even though it's one company, they're buying from different suppliers. So they get different types of kits. Sometimes it's sealed drills, like in the little 200 bags that everybody hates. Sometimes it's sealed bags that are in the bigger bags that are okay. And sometimes it's resealable bags that are labelled, they've got a DMC code on them. Now, if you see me reviewing from a budget company and it has resealable bags, it doesn't mean that every diamond painting they sell has resealable bags. I've found that out just by buying random things from them. And I get different things. So people could be watching the review, say, oh, I really like that picture, specifically that one. And I can see I get resealable bags, they're labelled, they've got DMC code on it, I'll go for it. Or they'll see another one, I really like that, and it's the little 200 strings, which are a total pain, but I really like the picture, so I'm going to buy it. That's what I do. I mean, whether they come in the small strings, the resealable bags, whatever, I don't care. But again, for beginners who are totally new, the resealable bags are the best. Labelled in DMC code are just the best. They're the easiest for a beginner who doesn't have storage like systems. Like I use Tic Tac containers and lockables, craftably lockables. But for somebody who's totally new and just buying a diamond painting for the very first time, they don't want to be messing about with sellotape and cutting bags and folding bags. Resealable bags that are already labelled, nice and easy. So I'm always conscious when I'm doing the reviews of people who are totally new and trying to help them. Like resealable bags are just easier. You're not going to get as frustrated with them. Just keep the bags in numerical order and they're pretty easy, pretty straightforward. I don't know how I ended up on that, but that's what happens in these lives. People ask questions and I just go off at a tangent. Always happens. I ordered Niagara Falls and some framing, the golden black sticky tape. Okay. I haven't tried doing that. I just use magnetic frames all the time. They work well, but if you're doing a large diamond painting, they don't. The one that you see in the background a lot, the hoverfly, the custom that I did, that is my favourite custom of the customs I've got. I've still got another one custom to do. I don't know when I'll get around to that. But the hoverfly is my favourite. It turned out the best, I think. I mean, I like them all, but that is my favourite. And I had that hanging behind me for a few months on magnetic frame, and it was fine. And then one day or one evening, I was sitting in the living room and I just heard this noise, and I thought, uh-oh. And I came in and the canvas had slipped out the frame. And I thought, oh, this is going to be a nightmare. I've got a canvas that's, I forget what size it is. It's bigger than 60 by 60. I forget the size. Doesn't matter. Anyway, it had crumpled and it's got 90 colours in it. And I thought, this is going to be a nightmare to try and put the drills back. When I actually lifted it up and looked at it, I forget now, but it was something like 6 drills had came off it. Like only 6 or 9 or something like that. So it was an easy fix. But what I had done was I had used the magnetic frames, and as soon as I tried to lift it, I knew it was too heavy. So what I did was I glued it. I put glue along the canvas in the top, both sides, and I put the magnetic frame on that, and I used Gorilla Glue, and I thought, that's not going to fall. And like I said, it stayed up there for about 3 months, and then it fell. And I found that it was actually the tape on the inside of the magnetic frames that covers over the magnets, that had come away. I thought the glue would soak through to the wood, and it didn't. So what I did was I put the drills back, and then I got a staple gun, and I've stapled the canvas to the magnetic frame, which sort of defeats the purpose, but it fits it and it looks good. So it's now stapled in. So I can't swap the frame, but I still prefer that to putting it in a glass frame or like a normal frame, because I don't get any reflection. The thing that I really don't like about using the normal frames is the glass or the perspex, because when that's hanging up on the wall, if you've got any windows or any light source in the room, all you're going to see is that. It acts like a mirror. If you're trying to take a picture of your diamond painting and it's got glass, you're going to take a picture of you taking a picture of the diamond painting. And that really irritates me. Also, I don't think you see the sparkle of the drills as well, because you get this reflection of the glass. So I use magnetic frames, but after saying that, I think I would also maybe put it in a frame, but not put the glass in. I've got diamond paintings that have been hanging up now for a year, never been dusted, never been touched, and the drills are all still there, and I can't see any dust. And I'm not saying there isn't any, but I can't see it. And when I walk past, the drills are nice and sparkly. Again, I'm going to be doing a YouTube video about this. I've been thinking about doing it for a long time, and it's getting round. I've got ideas. I've still got loads of ideas of things, but it's getting round to actually finding the time to do them the way that I want to do them. But that was the thing that I always read. It was always like, oh yeah, put them behind glass because you'll get dust building up on them, and that makes sense. I mean, it does make sense. But in the real world, I don't think the dust really is noticeable. Unless you've got an extremely hairy cat or dog and your place is like floating in here, then okay, maybe. We don't have any pets. We do have a grand puppy, black German Shepherd, who casts hair like I don't know what, and we still don't get problems with hairs on the diamond paintings. So I don't know. I would say Home Craftology is comparable, but they do have some good sales. Yeah, but again, to me, the main thing is the images. Like, if I don't like an image, I'm not going to buy it from a company because I know the company is good quality. like I'll say Diamond Art Club. I mean, there's no denying that Diamond Art Club are really, really good quality. But there are hundreds of Diamond Art Club diamond paintings I would not buy because I don't like the pictures. They just don't appeal to me. And that goes for any company. It's got to be an image that I like. That is the main thing. It's not, for me, it isn't the company. Like, I know there's people that will just buy Diamond Art Club and nothing else. I don't, to me, it's putting blinkers on, and you're just basically, I'm buying for this company and that's it. Like, I always buy Ford and I'm never buying anything else. I always buy Lee jeans and I'm never buying anything else. I don't think like that. I'm curious. Like, I want to try other companies. Okay, their sheets, their inventory sheet, or their whatever you want to call it, isn't the same as Diamond Art Club. Nobody else's is. Diamond Art Club have got the glossy thing. It's pre-cut. You can take the labels off, stick them on your containers. Nobody else does that. But I'm not going to spend money on a diamond painting just because of that. Or again, like when you look at the canvases, like Diamond Art Club, and I mean, I'm not just meaning just Diamond Art Club, but when you look at their canvases, it's basically like looking at the picture. I mean, they look really cool. You could basically frame it without the drills in it. But I mean, I have quite a few Diamond Art Club. Don't get me wrong, I like them. But the thing is, they spend money on getting this so it looks like really good without drills on it. And then you come along and put drills over the top of it so nobody sees it. And you're paying for that. Then you also get the thing where you've got canvases. Canvases are really soft and smooth and blah, and they feel really good. Once it's up on the wall, nobody knows. If the drills stick to it and the drills look okay, that's it. People that look at it, you can't see how good the canvas was, so it becomes this thing. It's like, do you really need a really good canvas as long as the drills stick? Is that not the main thing? After saying that, the Home Craftology, they've got the self-flattening canvas as well. Diamond Art Club have got the same thing, which I think is a huge plus. But to somebody looking at the picture, they don't know anything about that. But to be able to take a diamond painting out of a box, unroll it, and just start diamond painting is really cool. You buy from the budget companies, it's all folded, it's all waves. You have to flatten that before you start. That's an inconvenience, but they're cheap. So it's all, I don't know. Everybody's different in the way they look at things. What's important to you? Do you want ones that you can do quickly and get them done and build up loads of them, or do you want big ones? Do you have space to put the big ones up? What are you going to do with them when they're not on the wall? Just different things to think about. Like I said, I mean, I'm not knocking down that club at all. Like I said, I've got a few that I haven't even done yet, and I've had for a while. I've got a few that I've done, and I've got a few to unbox, and I'm pretty sure on Saturday I'm going to have another one. I saw their thing on Instagram, so yeah, I might be adding another one. But again, it's because I like the pictures. That is it. It's the picture to me is the main thing. Okay, have I finished that? This is what happens when I start talking. I forget what I'm doing. Percent. I haven't finished. So what companies, I can see I've got 4 people watching. What companies do you buy from? Just trying to get just a general idea, nothing else. I'm with you in the picture. If I'm going to pay big money, I want a picture that I really like. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. But it's this thing when it comes to pricing, like people say, like, company X is too expensive. But when you look at company X and you see the size of the diamond painting and you're comparing it to company Y, who are selling diamond paintings that are half the size, but they're not half the price. So who's the best value for money? It's not as straightforward as you think. It's like, okay, well, their diamond painting's $70. Right, okay, it's $70 and this one's only 40. But how do they compare? Like canvas size for canvas size, drill quality. I mean, the new Diamond Art Club drills, these Home Craftology drills are the best fitting drills I've tried so far, easily. I did a video, I did a comparison against Diamond Art Club's new drills, and there is a huge difference. But Diamond Art Club drills are more shiny. So again, I don't think you're going to get a company that you're going to get everything in the one thing. Even though in the advertising for all the companies, they're all the best. They all say they're the best company or whatever. That's marketing. Diamond Art Club new drills are definitely the shiniest drills that I've done. I did Batman. I could not get over how shiny those black drills are. They are really, really nice. But when you look at it under a light pad or over a light pad, there's gaps everywhere. But when you switch the light pad off and you put the picture on the wall, you're never going to see it. You're going to see the shiny drills. You're never going to see the gaps. But there are people who won't do squares because of the gaps. So if you're looking for a company where the gaps are pretty much non-existent, I would say Home Craftology, they are the best I've tried so far. That's all I can say. I can only talk about companies that I've tried. Diamond Art Club, mainly budget-friendly sites for cross-stitch kits. But I do want to try uniquely yours down under. No, I haven't got, I don't think I've got them. Treasure Studio Arts, maybe. Yeah, I think it's getting this thing in your head that really, I mean, I did a video and I called it Don't Mind the Gap. And I sort of showed in that, and that was a long time ago. But it doesn't matter. But it's okay saying that. But if you're the type of person that's sitting doing a diamond painting and you're getting stressed out because you can see gaps and you're constantly trying to push squares to fit, which is never going to happen, and you get stressed, it does matter to that person. The fact that you switch the light off and put it on the wall and you can't see them, they can't get past the gaps, like looking at them. It just frustrates them. So again, I mean, everybody's different in the way they think about things, but the fact that they might know that once it's on the wall, it'll look okay, it still irritates them that there are gaps, and so they just forget doing squares, and they go and do rounds, which have bigger gaps, but the bigger gaps are uniform, so it doesn't bother them. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen anybody complain about the gaps in a round drill diamond painting. Yet the fact is, the gaps in round drills are bigger than any gaps you'll get in squares, and nobody complains about it. So the only thing it can be is they aren't uniform gaps. They'll see the drills look slightly squint, and it annoys them, and they want them to be straight, and they aren't. And they want the gap around the square to be even if there is a gap, and it isn't. And that puts them off. Sorry, I missed some here. I like DAC, DAS, DAS. What's DA? I'm being stupid here. What's DAS? Fan sales. I don't know if I've actually bought anything from fan sales. Diamond Art Studio, I guess that is. Thinking about it. Is that a company? Am I making that up? Uniquely Yours Down Under, I've looked at their website and I felt that they were expensive, but I can't remember the prices. Heaven and Earth Designs. Yeah, Heaven and Earth Designs are pretty cool. I've got a Heaven and Earth Designs diamond painting. It's a blank canvas. Seemed like a good idea at the time because it sort of reminded me of counted cross stitch. So it's just a big grid. And then I bought a tablet so I could load a program that helps you to map where you've been. And I haven't even touched it yet. In fact, at this moment, I don't even know where that tablet is. And I bought the tablet because the program isn't available for iOS. That is going to take a long time. So I don't know where that is in the scheme of things. But the picture is The Little Match Girl, which is a Hans Christian Andersen story, and that's what attracted me to it. So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be doing that in the near future. I've got quite a few that I really want to do. So basically, at the moment, Tammy's working on hers, I'm working on mine. We're not sure who's going to be finished first, but once we've both finished these ones, we're going to be working together on a Diamond Art Club at the same time. So we'll be doing some lives on that as well. It's quite a cool idea. She'll be working on her table, I'll be working on mine, and we're working on the same diamond painting. So that'll be coming, I guess, maybe in about 3 weeks-ish from now. The unboxing will be before that, though. Another thing is, every company that I've dealt with, any of them that have had problems with missing drills, problems with the canvas, problems with the glue, whatever, every company that I've contacted has been really good at getting back to me and fixing the problem. All of them. So, because I kind of wondered about the budget companies. I thought, budget companies, diamond paintings are pretty cheap, and are they going to really have a good customer service? So far they have, which was quite surprising. Okay, just noticed the time. It's 6:30, so I'm going to head off. It's just about dinner time for me. So thanks for watching. Thanks for the chat as always, and getting the conversations going. I hope people who are watching the replay, Nikki, found some of it interesting. Maybe got people thinking about a few different things, maybe. But that's it for today. So thanks for watching. And in the meantime, take care, be safe, and wash your hands.